What's up guys, Thomas on the Switch Stop here in a more animated form. Quickly, before we start, I would like to explain this series. I've hinted at it before, but UnderViewed is kind of a passion project of mine. In this hopefully bi-weekly series, I'll take on one topic in the Nintendo sphere that I believe doesn't get enough attention or goes underviewed, and we'll discuss it. With that out of the way, I'd like to say thank you to Jenna Funny Animations for these drawings, and I am so unbelievably excited to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of UnderViewed. Hello internet people and welcome to UnderViewed. Now before we must begin this brand new episode of this brand new series, I kinda have to address the elephant in the room. No, I'm not flexing on you too hard. I'm not actually wearing 2 Apple Watches. Instead, this one is actually just a piece of shit. The video game industry has always had a fair amount of rip-offs, but arguably no company has more than Nintendo. Due to their incredible back catalog of games, unique concepts, and memorable characters, they are a prime target for rip-offs and bad ones at that. Today we're going to be looking at 4 games and determining whether they are rip-offs. Now, I find the topic of rip-offs so interesting, I'm planning on doing multiple episodes of UnderViewed on them. However, this specific episode is on what, in particular, qualifies as a rip-off. This all leads back to the Apple Watch example. As you can see, this fake is just a disgusting replica of the real thing. I mean, look at that butterfly, that's just, Moving into the menus makes me want to choke on a toothpick, and any sort of interesting app like Facebook can't even be accessed. It's very clearly a ripoff, as it attempts to recreate the original product, but doesn't attempt to push the boundaries or make any effort to improve. Now, a rapper who's been in the news notoriously for the past couple of weeks, Soulja Boy, this is actually a watch he sells on his website. If you know anything about the Soulja Boy situation, you know that that is not a accomplishment for this watch. Now, I luckily bought it while I was in China for just under $20. It is currently being marked up a ton, and you can tell that it's the same watch by the really oddly placed camera, which is kind of on the bottom to the right a little bit. And if you guys were wondering, oh wow, there's a camera on this thing, I mean, calling it a camera is a bit of a stretch. Anyway, back to the video. Well, I don't need this anymore. That's going to be the definition of a ripoff today. Something that doesn't really improve the formula of the thing it's based on. In fact, it kind of just does the same thing worse. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at our first app. If you've ever gone on YouTube, then you've probably seen ads for this next game. It is called Micromon Adventures, but it's literally just a Pokemon ripoff. Opening up this app for the first time, it immediately crashed. So I tried to log in, but when entering my name, for some reason it wouldn't let me use Queebus McMunchkin. Then just Q Munchkin was apparently illegal too. It's unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? And here's where you can see all the ripoffs. Not only can you see the sprites pretty much directly stolen from Pokemon games, but they decided to add in the 4th evolution for each one. So for Charizard's 4th evolution, you get X Charizard. But then for Squirtle's 4th evolution, you get Mega Blastoise. I'd assume they misspelled it for copyright reasons, but this game is clearly not trying to be diligent at all when it comes to copyright. However, they also misspelled Bulbasaur's final evolution, so I don't know at this point. It's not like a normal Pokemon experience, right, where you just go around and, you know, like, catch them all. No, instead your character walks around this little, I don't even know what to call it, with graphics clearly derived from Gen 3. And by derived, I mean just lifted straight from. But you can't really control where your person walks, they just meander around. Battles are way too confusing and look more like something from Fire Emblem than Pokemon. And of course, there's microtransactions thrown in at every step. In all the advertisement and the in-game stuff, it refers to you and your creatures as Pokemon. However, when you search up the app, it comes up as Micromon Adventures, but in the artwork, it refers to them as Pixelmons. So, what the hell? This is clearly just a cash grab, and the amount of positive reviews is seriously astounding, so I obviously had to help that out. Overall, this game is an astounding ripoff. Not astounding in a positive way, it's just astoundingly good at avoiding copyright claims. Tell me how my YouTube videos about Nintendo stuff get copyright claimed and taken down, but this shit's allowed to stay on the App Store? Are you kidding me? Let's just move on into the next game. Next up, we have The Legend of the Skyfish. I anticipated this to be a Legend of Zelda clone, based off of the name and the screenshots I saw from online. Starting off with a cutscene, it's just boring skip. The first thing I did was go up because I didn't really know what to do. I just wanted to get used to the controls. Keep in mind, this is within 45 seconds of me opening the app, and I've already clipped out into the ocean. Now, I thought this was how you were supposed to play the game. So after walking around for a bit and realizing that, hey, I'm not supposed to be out here, I reloaded the level and just continued the way I thought I was meant to go. The main gimmick of this game is your fishing hook rod thing, which can be used as a grappling hook or a hook shot, and it comes with some very interesting side effects. Completing the first level was fun, yet kind of easy. However, the core grappling motion was extraordinarily satisfying and felt very rewarding. You can pull off these cool combos where you pull yourself over from an enemy, then immediately whack them with your fishing rod. That's the main gameplay of The Legend of Skyfish, and I would definitely say that this is not a ripoff. While at first it may seem like one, it pushes the idea of the series it derives from. So while yeah, it probably wouldn't exist without The Legend of Zelda existing before it, in my opinion this is not a ripoff. Super Cat Tails hits you with charm and personality right off the bat, with this cute little cutscene showcasing different cats. This game is actually a joy. It's got an interesting control style which actually really fits with mobile devices, and it has a simplified sort of nature to it. On top of that, the cute art style, the charming music, and the delightful puzzles seriously made this an enjoyable experience for me. This is a game I've continued to play since recording this, and it introduces a couple of ideas that I hope Mario learns from. For example, in one level I grabbed a key that I had to use to unlock a star in the next level. It's just little moments like that where Super Cat Tails shines brightest, potentially even brighter than its plumber counterpart. Super Cat Tails is a joy to play, and with it being free, I'd seriously recommend it for any iPhone user. And then you get Toilet Time. Toilet Time is a game where you play as a guy on his phone on the toilet playing games about the toilet while constantly being barraged with TikTok ads. Toilet Time derives from WarioWare and is a collection of these micro games that are all toilet themed. If you are going to make a game, why would you give it this theme? I just don't understand. Sure, some games are fun, but some games are just dumb, and it never really reaches that pinnacle peak of anxiousness or silly charm that WarioWare gives you. Instead, here you just are bored. None of these games have any personality at all besides the fact that, oh, they're all themed around the bathroom. This game, in my opinion, is quite literal shit, and the fact that it has a ton of microtransactions isn't really helping its case. On top of that, this app actually bombards your phone with notifications. This app does not do anything to push the WarioWare formula. Not only that, it just deproves or it makes it worse. This is not a game I will be playing after this review or pretty much ever again. I know I haven't been rating these games, but I'd give this one a 0. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning which games I thought were ripoffs. Overall, I can't wait to start this new series. It's gonna take a lot of time to do this, especially if I want to make these bi-weekly. I mean, just this episode took
oh, shit.
Hey guys, it's Thomas, and I just wanted to say thank you all for watching the first episode of this series. With any first episode that's as different as this, there's obviously going to be some kinks in the works, and I hope you guys will stick with me because I seriously think this could be a really fun series. I know the first episode was kind of cringy and stuff, but if you stick with it, I think it'll be fun, and yeah, hope you enjoy.